and welcome to the Bluestime Power Hour. This show features the guitar wizardry of Mr. Steve Gannon. He was born in England, but he plays the blues in Oakland. Goes on the road with many famous blues players, and we're proud to feature him on this show. We're going to have an interview with him. We're going to go to Larry Blake's, where he hosts the Monday Night Blues Jam every Monday night on Telegraph Avenue in Berkeley. So stay with us. We know you'll enjoy Steve Gannon on the Bluestime Power Hour.
sitting at the kitchen table with blues guitarist imported from England, Mr. Steve Gannon. Steve, indeed a pleasure.
Yeah, all right, Eddie. My pleasure, Eddie.
Musically speaking, where did it all start for you, Steve?
Where did it start for me? I mean, back in the 60s, I guess. I was in a cycling club, and one of the older guys in the club had some blues records. That's where I first heard blues. And then I used to check out American blues artists. We got a whole lot of them going through England in the 60s. Muddy Waters, Sonny Boy Williamson, Howlin' Wolf, Buddy Guy, Jimmy Reed. One of those people I got to see over there.
I've occasionally talked to blues artists from here, and they've always related to me that the reception that they've gotten over in England and other parts of Europe seems to be a little greater than the reception they get here. Your opinion of that?
Yeah, that's probably true. They do. I mean, when I first came to Oakland, I was amazed at some of the people that were playing in clubs. It's like, man, who's this guy? Has he got records out? You know, no, he ain't got records. He works in the shipyards down the street. He comes out and sings on the weekend, that sort of thing, you know. People, I thought, man, yeah, there's a whole lot of talent out here that goes unappreciated and unknown, you know.
Back in the, I guess, early 60s, mid-60s, the commercial industry over here had what was known as the English invasion, led by the Beatles and Rolling Stone, the Yardbirds, just to name a few. Of those groups, the British rock groups as they were classified, how large of an influence did some of the Jimmy Reeds, the Elmore Jameses, the old blues musicians from here, what kind of influence did they have on those young groups?
On those groups? That was pretty much all their influences were. I mean, they'd mix in a little Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley as well. But I mean, their repertoire, all those bands in the 60s had very similar repertoire, and it was just like a list of American blues and R&B. That was it. The Beatles used to have a little show on the radio, a little like a half-hour show or something, and they used to do all cover versions. This is before I think they were writing as many tunes as they were or whatever. But yeah, they used to do all Motown and American soul stuff.
Now, you said, I think that you told me you've been playing blues guitar for about 15 years or longer.
Longer than that, more like 25 years now, something like that.
Okay. And how have you been accepted in the Oakland blues family, as we can classify it?
Pretty well, I guess. I'm still working after 15 years. I guess they've accepted me. Yeah, I mean, no, to be serious, I've made some good friends out here in Oakland with the musicians. I feel part of the musical community here. Feel very much at home in it, you know. I know a lot of people here.
Now, what's been going on for Steve Gannon, CD-wise, performing-wise, around the Bay Area?
Well, I finally got a CD out, thanks to Cynthia Coleman, who's got this CD that's supposed to be being sold on the internet. We shall see how that goes. I want to start work on another one. I run the Monday night blues jam session at Larry Blake's, where I've been running that for about 7 years or something now. It's been a while. And Miss D, she comes and sings with us down there. And we want to do a second album, actually. We'll try and take that out somewhere, get some gigs.
So you've been staying pretty active around the Bay Area. Yeah. And do you perform on I always look for the summer months to be the festival time. Do you perform on the festival circuit?
Sometimes, yeah, I have done. Usually as a member of somebody else's band, you know. I mean, I've appeared at all the major festivals. Monterey, Marin County, San Francisco. Some when I was with Sonny Rhodes, some when I was with Troyce Keys. Big band. I did one with Miss D a couple of years ago at Marin, an outfit called the International Blues All Stars, a conglomerate band. Yeah, I worked some of them, not as many as I'd like. I need to get some more.
So anybody out there getting ready to put together a blues festival coming up, remember the name Steve Gannon.
Steve Gannon, right. And his wonderful band, yeah. Yeah, come and see us and check us out every Monday night on Larry Blake's. We're down there. Yeah.
All right. Well, Steve, this has indeed been a pleasure. I've enjoyed the insight from the British viewpoint of what blues meant to the development of what we know in this country as the British rock movement. I thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Steve Gannon.
We're enjoying the great talent that is Steve Gannon on this episode of the Bluestime Power Hour. We know you're appreciating his great talent, as do I. He's a wonderful man, and we're proud to have him on this show. This is our second show featuring Steve-O, so look at your programming for the first show that we did on him. So let's get right back to the fine guitar stylings of Mr. Steve Gannon.
This time. 1, 2, 3.